We'll do it live. What the fuck? Oh man, I was so goddamn terrified when that almost fucking happened. Like the bottom
Because
of
you're like, damn, because
the bottom. I got it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Everybody, tonight is Spider-Man spoilers. So if you
no,
care about Spider-Man spoilers, leave. Don't
I
watch.
saw because when he got stabbed, whatever, I was like, yes, my prediction's coming true. I told everybody, but then they completely freaked it out. But
I mean, they didn't fake it out. He didn't stab him in a good spot.
yeah. But I was right about the Andrew thing, though. I called that
What did you say about Mr. Garfield?
that he would come in and save Tom's MJ. That'd
Oh
be kind
yeah,
of
we
rude.
at that exact moment.
Yeah.
Right. I was pretty sure that both of us said that right when we saw the trailer. I was like, oh well, that's where the Amazing Spider-Man is gonna pop up. Sure shit. I mean, he popped up before that, but he saved the girl.
Save the
I don't
cheerleader,
know.
save the world.
Oh my god.
Only if MJ was a cheerleader, they could have thrown that line in there just to, just for the hero fans.
I know she's way too third wave feminist to be a cheerleader.
And I'm surprised that the usual suspects didn't call this movie woke because there's definitely some woke moments, quote unquote woke moments.
Well, I was trying to see if anybody was calling out the I know a few magic words line because I was like, first of all, that's clever. Secondly, that's just a kid being a smartass. That ain't got nothing to do with anything being woke or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like Aunt May and stuff being the new like Uncle Ben, which I like that
Oh
twist.
no, the only hint of woke I ever got in the movie was when fucking Jamie Foxx's Electro goes, "Yeah, I wanted you to be black," and I was like, "Wait, what? Why did you want a particular color for your nemesis? What?" I was like,
No,
"There's nothing,
he
nothing."
said I thought you were black.
No, I thought that he said that he wanted a black Spider-Man.
Nah, he was saying like he exactly said these words. He's like, yeah, I was like, I thought you was always a black guy.
Oh,
I had no idea
I'll
because
have
he
to
never
go
saw his
watch it
face.
again.
Yeah,
Well, of
yeah,
course
I'm
he
gonna see
never
it.
saw his face.
I'm seeing the third time on Christmas, so I'm
All
excited.
right.
See it with the family.
Hello, Sherry. Hello, Rose. Hello, Christine. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Janie. Hello, Lemon Pie. Hello, Rebecca. That's everybody that's here so
Lemon
far for
pie.
talking Lemon Pie. Lemon Pie. Did you see the movie Lemon Pie? Or are you still abstaining from Disney material? I
Did
feel like
everybody see the movie?
I doubt if any of these people that are watching or listening right now have seen the movie, except for maybe Sherry. That would be my guess of everyone that's here. I don't think that any of them
I
went
mean,
to
if you
see.
don't, if you care about, don't care, well, if you care about spoilers, you might as well just, watch this on mute. But if you don't care about spoilers, then you've been warned. Even though we
Oh,
did
for
kind of
sure.
spoil shit, we spoiled shit in like the first like 3 minutes, but
We only been going for 4 minutes, guy. You
oh
spoiled. Well, I mean, you technically didn't spoil anything off the start, but you said a name that's a spoiler.
yeah, Toby. His name is Toby.
See, I was correct. Are you seeing them? Oh. Here's the answer. I'm not boycotting Disney. I just haven't bothered to watch it yet.
That's crazy.
No,
The
so when
biggest
I
movie
was,
of the biggest movie of the year, and somebody just casually says, "Nah, I'll wait." That's
I
crazy.
mean, it's the biggest movie since Endgame.
Yep.
It's bigger than all of his other Spider-Man movies. And then I'm sitting here having a discussion with Justin and Zod, right? And I was like, can we all agree that The Dark Knight is the best comic book or superhero? I don't remember exactly how I said it, something along those lines. In the last 21 years, so since the year 2000. So that's like, that catches the beginning of Spider Man, that catches the beginning of X Men, but it excludes stuff like Batman, Superman, those movies that are just a little bit older,
Mm.
because people hold them in,
Yeah.
different regards,
I,
and you can't really compare the effects per se.
for me, like the top trilogies right now are like Captain
No,
America. Well, if we're talking like
just the top
overall,
movie, just the top comic book movie. So DC and Marvel. I said it was The Dark Knight. Do you agree with that?
yeah.
Yeah, Justin's like, it's Spider-Man 2. And I was like, holy fuck. I just rewatched Spider-Man 2, and this new movie is better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's just it's nostalgia. Like, I like with like No Way Home just is an overall like just perfect Spider-Man movie, and just those character moments in
I mean,
there.
you get
Just
a suit change too.
yeah, multiple
Like,
suit changes.
I mean, I guess, but I meant like we get a different color.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like I look back at those Raimi films. I'm like, they're cool. They're good movies.
They're
They
real
don't take
good.
nothing away from it. It's just like it's not. It's just when you talk about the first Spider-Man, like when you really watch that, it's William Dafoe and Uncle Ben were the highlights of that whole entire film.
Okay, yeah, that's like
They carried that film.
the original Spider-Man trilogy has the best villains overall.
I mean, that's debatable too, but because I don't really
No,
like
it's
Doc Ock.
debatable.
I never liked Doc Ock like that. Like just even in the cartoon and even in this, I just never care for his
Well, I mean,
character. So it's just like
there are zero original villains in this movie, correct?
yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like there's nobody from the here and now, wherever here and now is in what,
Yeah,
2023 or whatever fucking year it's supposed to be. Anyway,
something like that. But
right.
it would
Who
be dope. It
fucking
would
knows?
have been dope to have the Vulture actually be the one to kill the certain person. I
No,
think that
I
would have
was
came.
wondering. Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to pull somebody from his own timeline. That's why I thought that the Sand
Yeah,
Monster was going to be Mysterio.
that would been crazy. But obviously the Vulture's locked up, so he couldn't really do nothing. But if he was not locked up, I'm pretty sure he would have been the
No,
sixth villain in there.
a vulture from a different timeline that's very similar.
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have done that. But I'm surprised Venom wasn't the sixth villain. But I have
Dude,
some theories
that's
about that.
why he wasn't the Sinister Sixth.
Yeah, I think we're still going to see a Sinister Six, but not anytime soon. Like we'll see that down the line. That'll be saved for the next trilogy. They just want.
And
I think this was just a kind of a
I don't
test.
think that Venom would be in it though. Holy shit balls.
Oh,
I
Jesus
my
Christ!
spider senses were tingling as I was locking the
Where the
door.
fuck
Jesus
are you at, bro?
Christ.
Where are you at? You're in the bathroom. You're in a fucking porta potty. Why the fuck you
No,
sound like that?
I'm out in the vestibule locking doors. I'm
Oh,
literally locking them all right now.
A
Jesus
vestibule. What a
Christ!
fancy word. Yikes.
What? I could have some class sometimes too. So I'm gonna pull a PB here. Spider-Man? Are we talking Spider-Man? Who's talking
The
Spider-Man?
We
the
are
goat,
talking
the
Spider-Man.
goat, Tom Holland. We're talking about the goat, Tom Holland. Yeah.
Oh, but
Before I would have fought you for that statement, but
I'll
now,
still fight him.
but
Just
now,
remember who
now,
Peter One is, bro. Just remember who Peter One is.
Oh, I know it was so disappointing, but Peter 1 has only been in 3 Spider-Man movies, whereas Peter 2 has been in 4.
Peter Two.
and,
What do you mean?
and
Like
Yeah.
Steve,
What do you mean?
Tom
He was
Holland's
in
been in 6 movies.
No, I said Spider-Man movies.
not MCU movies, perp. We're not
Not
cheating.
just random
That's
movies where he
MCU
makes
though.
a cameo.
That's
No, no, count Spider-Man movies. Are those Spider-Man movies? Because one is literally called Captain America.
okay, but
Yeah,
still,
that'd be
he's
like
still in the
saying
movie.
Black Panther already had 2 movies, which actually he only had 1 movie. It was Civil War.
It's a solo
Um,
movie, yeah, but he's still like he
no,
was
no,
still in
no.
two
He only had
movies.
1 movie. It was Civil War.
He was still in 3 movies.
Yeah, but he's only got one name movie. We're
Anyways,
talking name
No,
movies?
no. He never got his name movie. It's just Civil War.
anyways, Tom Holland has still fought more people than both Toby and Andrew.
Okay, so is Tom Holland ever going to meet Tom Hardy?
No, I
No,
think
because
they're gonna say. I
apparently
think
he's retiring from the
Hold
role.
on. Hold on. Have we ever seen Eddie Brock in the MCU?
at the like not Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock.
Yes, any version of Eddie Brock. Has that been in the MCU?
No,
No.
Okay, so
but I have a theory though. I think what they're going to end up doing is Tom Hardy's Venom is going to fight Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
epic.
That would be epic.
Okay, that's
think that's gonna happen.
one thing that this movie did that none of the other Spider-Man movies could ever do. I mean, I guess maybe the trilogy, but you're like, yeah, it's a complete trilogy. I want to see another one. I want all of them to get another Spider-Man movie. I don't give a fuck.
No, did
I
you
think-
see Tom Holland's statement today? He's not doing it anymore. He's going to hang up the
He is
couch.
doing. Oh, bro, stop listening to these goddamn articles and shit. He's signed up for another
It came
3
from
movies.
his own words, Purp. He literally stated it. How did you say, oh,
Kevin
don't listen to
Feige,
the article?
Kevin
Fucking Tom
Feige
Hardy.
literally came out before this movie came out, said he's signed up to do 3 more movies with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I won't believe it until I see it being
Oh
filmed.
my god! Oh my god!
The
So
actor
he
came out and said it, Perp. If the actor says it,
Oh my
90% of
God.
the time they'll
all
do
these
it.
actors be saying something. All you have to do is like dingle some keys or some some money, and you know what I'm saying. Look at Robbie Downey Jr. How many
Dingle
times
some
he probably
money.
said, "Oh, I'm done with this shit," blah blah blah. But they keep coming with the bag and shit, bro. Kevin Feige literally said like, "We're doing another trilogy with Tom Holland."
Hi, Jenny.
That'd be hard to do considering
Spider-Man
it's a.
4. Spider-Man 4 is already in development.
So that doesn't mean that it's Tom Holland. They could just
Oh my
surprise us. It could
god!
be
All
Andrew
right,
Garfield.
move on.
Stop. So, I'm watching Spider-Man 2, and that's the movie where he, gets the yips and loses his powers, right?
The yips.
It's all in his mind. That's what the yips is. You don't know what the yips is?
No, I've never heard that term.
Yeah, like when you're a professional football kicker and you just start missing kicks, you got the yips. Anyway, are they going to make that a part of what I'm hoping is another trilogy for Spider-Man? Because I don't see how the movies are going to get worse, because now we get to start off fresh exactly where we started off in the original Spider-Man trilogy. Where he's at college age and nobody knows who he is and he's poor as shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's who Spider-Man's supposed to be.
And we might see him swing by in Hawkeye real quick. We might just see him in the background. We might, because where he was swinging at the end, that's the same place that Hawkeye and Kate are supposed to be at. So.
Yeah, my whole thing is, if you've been to New York, though, that's a very popular spot in New York. So I'm 50-50 on
it. You don't watch things.
I do watch things more than you motherfuckers. And besides that,
did you not see the scene where they're literally in the middle of?
I saw the scene and I seen the connections, but Marvel never does any of the predictable stuff. So I don't think they're going to have that nod in there. If we don't get, you know what? If we don't get fucking Matt Murdock in Hawkeye, then fuck you, Spider-Man fans. I don't want Spider-Man. I would rather see Matt Murdock in the final episode of Hawkeye.
Relax, buddy. We're getting Kingpin.
So it would only make sense that you would have Daredevil.
And why not Spider-Man 2? Just, have them.
Because Spider-Man doesn't face Kingpin first. Daredevil does.
Hold on. It really comes down to how much does it cost to literally have him in the background swinging through. Because that's all it would be. And they would look up and Hawkeye would go, I know that guy.
Because what
Well,
is
no,
Hawkeye
technically he
looking up
would know
to?
that guy.
Because in that little promo, what is Hawkeye looking up for? And Kate's also looking up for a quick second. They're like, "Oh, they look like
Oh, you're
they're
talking
amazed."
about the spatial tear in the sky?
No,
Because that's
after
what they
that.
should be. If these things
Maybe they're
cross
looking up because it's
timelines,
fucking snowing.
what's up, Q Queen?
No, this is
You're
clearly
not.
after
No,
all
you
that
don't
shit
look up at the
happens.
snow, you fucking weirdo. What the hell's wrong? Who looks up at the snow? You want to take a
I
flake to
mean,
the eye?
sometimes in life, you look up at the snow and you get a flake in your eye.
Or you say stupid shit that doesn't make any sense?
Yes,
I do that
Hey,
constantly.
But okay, yeah, that part. So speaking of that part, because I segued myself, we've been going for 16 minutes. If you've been enjoying the discussion, shred the like button. The cheese will appreciate it. Anyway, what's your biggest gripe from this movie?
it's hard for me to tell. Like, I honestly don't have any big gripes about
No,
it.
no, no, no,
Like,
no, no. Okay, well then guess I could go with what. What are you disappointed in the most then? If you don't have a biggest
I
gripe per se,
I think it should be long. I think it should be like 15 or 20 minutes longer because of the runtime.
what would you add to it? The runtime's
Uh,
229.
I mean, I would get some more, like a little bit more downtime with Toby and Andrew. Maybe
I
utilize
would
some a
have
little
loved
bit.
so, no, I would have definitely loved some more downtime with them when they were both in the lab working. Because did you
Uh-huh.
see when they walk away from the table and they fucking almost run into each other because they're a bunch
Yeah,
of putzes? Like that stuff. That is the type of fan service that I think fits really well
right.
because it's still showing off the character because they're both
Yeah,
like that.
I would also like, you could have just added some more time with some of the action scenes, but like I said, the pacing was spot on. Um, yeah,
Wait,
Chloe Zhao, whatever her name was, the
who?
directors of Eternals, the director of the Eternals.
I don't know anything
Take
about that movie. We're
take
here to
take
talk
take
about
notes.
Spider Man, but I
I'm just
guess
saying, take
okay,
notes because
okay.
I'm
No,
just
that's
making
fair.
comparison because
That's fair.
because that pacing was atrocious, and that's like 10 minutes longer than Spider-Man.
No, I thought talking about the pacing of the movie. Whenever and Hawkeye does this really well too. Whenever there's a emotional moment, I feel like they maybe it's just me personally let it linger just long enough to sting, but then they do follow it up with something at least semi comedic so that you're not
Yes.
dwelling on the bad thing that happened. Like, they
Except
don't
for
want
one
you
moment.
feeling bad. Right. They want you to feel bad in the moment, and then they want you to not feel bad watching the movie.
Yes, macaroni and cheese.
Like, you can't do the double and
Hold on a
triple
second. I'll be right
fucking
back.
smack of negativity and think that it's going to
Hmm.
work with something. And what I thought was different, because I know that some other Marvel movies have the issue. The comedy doesn't happen in that scene. Like, spoiler alert, Aunt May dies. Fucking terrible. But
Hot May.
nothing funny happens in that scene per se. Like, she dies, Happy gets arrested, and then he gets shot and runs away. That's the end of the scene. Like, there's nothing good that happens in that scene, but in the next scene, which fuck I wish I could remember off the top of my head, I know that something funny happens. Like, I think that it's Ned and MJ, but I'm not entirely sure. You seen
No,
it
no.
twice. You remember
That's
what
when
happens after?
they bring in Toby and Andrew. Where
Oh, right after?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So who's of those two, because they technically came in the same way, like physically entering the room, which one had the better entrance?
I feel like it depends on like because my first viewing, people went crazy for Toby and also Andrew, but like the second time I went, uh, people cheered more for Andrew. I guess because they thought it was possibly Toby, but you know, Andrew got a lot of love.
Interesting.
I would say Andrew because he was more comedic. Toby was kind of stoic. You know, he came through like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, you know,
No, he had.
the man is back.
Well, I
The kind of
mean,
thing.
I feel like it was kind of on purpose, and I feel like they were just trying to evoke different emotion from their entrances, so
But
they
that's
don't
what I'm saying.
notice
This
it.
is the
Because
problem.
hold on, one comes through in complete spider gear. He's
Your
got the
gear,
mask
and
on
the
and
other one's
everything.
normal.
The other one looks like he's just a bum on the street.
But see, that's what I'm saying, and this is where I can't believe I'm saying this. I 100% agree with Perp. I can't. This is why I gave this movie a 10. By the way, only 2 movies ever got this, and this is one of them. Even the movie
Captain
The Thing,
Marvel?
which I greatly love, is not 9. No, Captain Marvel got a
4.
fucking 6, and it's lucky
You
it
gave
got
it a
that. And that's
6.
because I
He's
was being.
crazy. I gave it a 4. She's still hot.
I give it a 6 because definitely not because of Brie Larson, but whatever. Anyways, no. This is why I'm saying this movie is a masterpiece, because if we want to be assholes and we got like top critic, then I'm sure we can find things to pick apart. Like there's some plot things that kind of fall apart when you really think about them, but nothing like big like Endgame. And that's what I'm saying. I've been sitting here for 2 days intentionally trying to find shit wrong so I don't seem biased. You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's got to be something fucking, and there's nothing, like even talking to you guys is making me love this more, because every fucking scene.
Isn't it? Isn't it though? What a wonderful fucking film.
Every scene is done intentionally, right? Right down, now that you guys bring it up, think about how they enter. It's all intentional, because Andrew Garfield enters kind of youthful, right? He's got the same personality he did in Amazing Spider-Man. So he hangs upside of the wall, and he crawls, he's kind of defiant a little bit. It's his character trait.
Since you're up there, did you get that cobweb?
I know. And the fucking joke works. It's funny. And then Toby comes in, but he comes in like he was in his movie. A regular guy. So it's like nothing. This is the thing that gets me. Nothing in this movie feels like someone didn't thoroughly plan out every fucking scene. I can't stress this enough. Like, how it blows my mind, because how many movies have we watched where we could easily, each of us, find a part and be like, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. But this movie does everything intentionally.
I know what I don't like. I can tell you easily what I didn't like about the movie.
But this is the first time I feel like in a while, since like probably Endgame, that like everybody is in US is just universally loving this
universal
movie.
Agreement. Yeah. Like,
did you say since Endgame?
Yeah, like I would say to
I don't know, man. I gotta go back to Infinity War.
But I'm just saying, like we don't get no those the usual suspects say, oh, it's woke, even though they did have some woke-esque moments that you could call, but everybody loved this movie though, and that should just goes to show you like
that's the thing.
It's not Nerdette's newsstand. She did not love the movie.
But I also want to address that also. Like people want to brag and say like, oh, see, people don't like this woke, blah 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 blah. Bro, it's fucking SpiderMan. It was going to make money regardless of who the fuck it was, like who was in this movie. It's SpiderMan. SpiderMan is a well-known franchise. Shang-Chi isn't.
Well,
Black Widow is really
It's Sean.
Whatever.
But here's the thing. To me, this isn't just good as a superhero movie. You guys know, if you go on my channel, I talk about like movie stuff in general, like cinematography, camera angles, shit like that. This movie is a good movie. If you just had this about regular guys, right? Let's just take Spider-Man out of it for a second. and
that's what the whole stream is about. You trying to destroy the stream right now, motherfucker?
I'm a fucking villain, anyways.
God damn.
like take the comic book elements out of it, okay, for a second, and just approach this as like just a normal movie
It's a
and
Bruce
how they
Willis
structure it.
movie.
Yeah, a Bruce Willis movie or something like that, right? This would be a great movie whether or not you had the IP, and I think that's what makes the difference. The dialogue is good. The fucking camera work is phenomenal. The CGI is, I'd say this is the best CGI they've put out in any of the
Like,
films, to be
And
honest.
also,
What they
also
did,
they just
Electro.
they
Electro.
literally just got
man.
done. They literally got done a lot of the effects like 3 weeks ago, like last minute type shit.
dude, if you never told me
Okay.
that, if you told me that, like without having to look it up, I would have called you full of shit because the way this is done, and that's what I'm saying, Perp. Even for just finishing up visuals literally 3 weeks ago, this movie looks like they took years, they took their time, they gave a shit. This movie, that's why it's a 10 for me. This movie does every single thing right. And then on the fan side of it, it gave me everything. And all of you people who try to nitpick stuff like you don't like it
Well,
because
about
I saw the Nerdettes newsstand thing. I gotta say I was a little bit disappointed in her review because the shit she was picking out, I'm just like, I like source material too, but come on. This is a movie. Let's look at it.
source material. Don't worry
Yeah,
about the
I
What
was,
what are we
I took
Answer this question. So Toby came in like he was better than everyone on the screen.
No, he came in humble.
He came in humble. I didn't buy that. I brought it like
That's what I was thinking. Like he came in as like an elder statesman. He didn't think that he was better. He was just giving out some wisdom. That's
So
all.
so what is she? What was she talking about? Source material? Because none of these MCU movies go based just off the Civil War. It like was nothing like the comics. Like you know what I'm saying, like
No, it was MC Civil War.
but yes, the lovely Sherry is right. If we had to pick apart, like really pick a plot hole, yeah, that there was one thing that we found, and we really had to talk about it. Like, and I think
Well, I
you
mean,
pointed out, PB.
not. Yeah, I was like, wait a second. If you don't
And
know
I'll tell you
the
something.
heart of
If
this
it
show,
takes three,
magic isn't perfect. It pulled through Venom too. Venom doesn't know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
I mean, you see, this
no,
is
he
the
does.
thing.
He
Holy
actually
fuck!
does.
What was that?
He act like
Have a good evening.
somebody actually brought up a good theory because you remember in the end of Venom 2, you know, he was talking to Eddie how we have a hive mind of billions of different, so like that when he sees him on screen, Venom automatically recognized him because his Venom is connected to the Sam Raimi's Venom because
No,
they got a hive
He
mind.
wasn't on screen. Oh, I guess. I mean, he knows who he is without knowing who he is.
Yeah, but when he's talking to Eddie about like, yo, we have a hive mind, that means we're all connected, no
No,
matter
that's what I'm
like if we're
saying. Yeah,
different. Yeah.
he knows without knowing directly because some other Venom already met Spider-Man and knows that he's Peter Parker. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that Sherry brings up is partially true, but the explanation is really cheap because you can just say that magic isn't perfect. Like, why did it start doing that in the like? Why was that the side effect? If that's your question, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and here's the thing, though. The thing is that it's not a big point to where it ruins the movie. And I'll give you an example. Endgame is a phenomenal movie. I still fucking watch it, right? But when we really sat down and talked about it, what was the one huge thing that really messes up that movie is time travel. And that's just inherently time travel is hard to do. So, I mean, the whole time
I think it was
travel
on purpose
aspect,
though. Like, because nobody really
but I
knows how
still,
time travel really works. So it's like you messing
but
with
it's
things you
still
don't even.
cheap.
I guess.
When you think about it, it's more of a cop out than we got here. Like if you compare the two movies and how they use it, like the magic is pretty consistent in this movie, except for that one point we brought up, right? Everything's pretty consistent to where if you go to time travel, you can go through and fix a lot of things, change things, remove people, bring people back. It's too much of a, like a, they call it a MacGuffin, right? Just something that could be.
Yeah, but it for me, like it's dope because in a sense, like the Avengers lost so bad that they had to figure out time travel. It took them 5 years to figure out time travel. It's like that's how they beat
Right. It
Thanos.
took
That's how
whoa,
you
whoa,
know
whoa,
that.
whoa, 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 whoa. It took Tony 5 years.
Technically, it was Scott that did it, but Tony just took the credit
What do you mean
like he
I
always does.
I
Scott didn't
100%
figure out
agree with
Scott
time
that.
was talking
travel?
about Scott was talking about the quantum realm. Oh, this is like time travel. This could work and stuff. That they came to him with that idea.
Yeah, it really was Scott, because Scott had the piece that Tony would
Well,
have never
so
had.
because I go, hey guys, let's time travel because I was stuck in some strange form of time dilation, which is not the same as time travel. We
But
can
if you
do it.
watch Endgame,
And
they
he was
literally
like,
go to Tony.
ah.
They literally go to Tony and be like, "Yo, we have a solution. We found a solution." And Tony wasn't believing it until he started fucking with it. He's like, "Oh, we got time
Yeah,
travel
and
now."
they were wrong. Like
No,
he says it in the movie that they had it wrong and he got
No,
right.
he said they had an aspect of the wrong, and it was the thing that he built. But still, they built
No
most of that.
fucking shit, guy.
He
It's like
he
you will
only.
tear
I
yourself
agree.
asunder without Iron Man. He solved time travel.
I'm just saying, everyone gives Tony too much credit. Hashtag love for Cap. Fuck you, PB.
Okay.
I'm always Captain America for life. Okay,
yep,
so
yep.
Cap did more, and he deserved his ending. I'm sorry, that was just a rant left over. For all the people who still bitch about that scene, you know what? Cap fucking deserved it. You get fucking brutally vandalized emotionally for as long as Captain America did, and tell me that man doesn't fucking deserve one dance. One fucking dance. That's all he wanted for like 150
Yeah, we
years.
know he
You
wanted
know
it.
what's you know
Well,
what's the
so
crazy
long.
parallel to this? There's a lot of similarities between a lot of parallels, I should say, towards Tony and Peter, because Tony,
Is
he did
rich
the
as
whole.
hell.
No, I'm just saying he did the whole snap, right? Doing the selfless thing, doing what a hero does,
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now, he makes
No,
this
I
wish
don't.
and he makes this wish and pretty much Peter loses everything, that all the people that he cares about, like MJ, Ned and stuff, all those memories gone and stuff. Like there's similarities there, but he's pretty much learned from, a lot from Tony
No,
in that
no,
in that
I could
sense.
see where what you're saying, the parallel, right? Tony
Mm.
snapped everyone and died to save the world, and Parker snapped himself out of everyone's memories. See, get the joke. He literally snapped
That
himself
was
out
a
of
joke.
existence for everyone. Fuck you, okay? They can't all be winners.
Could you get one that's a winner?
I have my moments like any good villain.
Oh, yeah, right before Superman kills him. Anyway, would you like to know a fun fact about Spider-Man No Way Home and how it's connected directly to Spider-Man 2 outside of Tobey
I,
Maguire's Spider-Man?
I was gonna say like he never was able to make it home. He had to move into a new spot. But continue.
In Spider-Man 2, Mary Jane Watson says to fuck, who was it? I don't remember exactly who she was talking to. I want to say she was talking to Aunt May, but I'm not sure. She says that Peter Parker lives in an alternate reality. Did you
Interesting.
know that?
Interesting. She might be a scroll. That would be
Fucking.
crazy.
I heard her. I was watching a movie last night because dumbass Justin keeps on telling me that Spider-Man 2 is like the greatest Spider-Man movie ever.
No,
And
it's
I
just
was like,
nostalgia.
I don't know, guys. So I went back and watched it. I was like, first of all, there's one villain in the movie who ends up not getting his inhibitor chip fixed, but still ends up being a good guy at the very end of the movie. Like, what kind of villain bullshit is that? And there's only one. There's only one villain.
Well,
for the whole
no,
fucking
but
movie.
that was a great scene though, because and that was shown in
I didn't
this
say it
new
wasn't a great
home.
scene, guy. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
but I
is
mean, he did the
Mary
same
Jane
thing in that movie.
Watson said that Peter Parker lives in an alternate reality, and then he did. It only took, when did that movie come out?
Oh, it's
2004?
got like 2004.
So it only took 17 years for him to go to alternate reality?
Right. Question:
Ooh, a question.
do you feel like anybody in this movie was a Skrull? Because
Fuck no.
they've been highlighting that a lot lately now in a lot
Like
of
the
these movies
last
and TV.
person, like we get confirmation in this movie that Nick Fury was a Skrull for all of Far From Home.
Yeah.
Like the entire time that was a freaking Skrull. He's been off world for a year. What? Anyway, who could possibly be a Skrull? I don't believe that any of the villains are Skrulls.
Yeah, especially because of how the magic factors into it, and they were pulled from timelines that didn't have the scrolls in them. I would have to say.
It would
I came up with
really,
this.
obviously, it would still be the same actor on screen, but it would be really disappointing if
I
either
came
of
up
the
with
other
this.
two Spider-Man were Skrulls.
I came up with this suggestion, but I feel like it would piss people off. What if Aunt May was a Skrull the whole time? Like,
Interesting.
No, I would hate it.
What
That
if
would
she was
destroy that scene.
by hold on, by whole time, do you mean just when the movie started, or her entire life while Peter Parker was alive?
it would make sense.
What would make sense?
Like, you know, from the very start, from like Homecoming, she's always been like a Skrull, just like looking after
No, I'm
people.
asking you, when is the whole time? His entire life, or just when the
Yeah,
movie
his whole
started?
his whole life.
So Peter Parker's whole life, his aunt is an alien from, fuck, I don't know what planet they're from.
Boop bop.
Skrulltopia. God.
Happy could be a
I mean,
Skrull.
it doesn't necessarily change the emotion that you would feel because of how they were connected, right?
Mhm.
So I don't think I don't think it changes anything at all if she is a Skrull.
I
what do
just
you
think
think
it'd
it
be
changes?
stupid.
No, I'm asking, what do you think it changes? Because it's not going to change the emotion that you felt, because she would have been a Skrull the whole time. It's not like they got swapped out. Like I was having
No, it
that
just would
argument.
have
No,
felt
I
like
was
a
having the
stupid.
argument with my friend when we took a ride in the woods earlier, because I live in the middle of nowhere. So we're bumming around in the woods, and we were talking about Spider-Man, and he says to me, I like Captain Marvel. It gave us a lot of Nick Fury. I was like, no, 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 no. It did not. It gave you a lot of Samuel L. Jackson, but it did not give you a lot of Nick Fury.
Yes. They just
Like,
gave you Nick.
Before the Fury, the cat unleashed a Fury.
Terrible.
Which, I mean, thinking about it now, it kind of helps my theory about how cats are evil. And I know it's a flark, and
What?
you know what? It took the form of a cat for a reason, because cats are fucking evil. So kudos on that.
wait, who
What?
thinks that cats aren't evil?
Oh no! Every time I make a comment about cats, people are like, "Oh my god, are you talking about Mittens?" And look, cat lovers,
Mittens.
okay, that are here. I know you have little angels, but I've dealt with cats that are just downright pricks, and
They're all
horses.
assholes.
So I mean, I buy the
Okay,
whole.
General Joe Exotic.
Don't you ever fucking call me that. That's where I draw. That show is so fucking terrible.
So
I wanted.
Perp.
I fucking
Never
hate
watched
that
it.
show.
Hold
I
on,
give
hold
it a
on.
fucking
I know
0.
that there's no Spider-Man in it, but you seen both seasons of Tiger King, right?
Nope.
Why not?
Not interested.
Because he's
What
smart.
do you mean you're not interested? You're not interested in murder,
I'll be like,
mayhem, and madness.
I'm not interested in watching some fucking Duck Dynasty like shit. Like, you know,
No,
I'm
it's
good.
not like Duck Dynasty is a bunch of Christians. He's like what? What? How
You
is
know,
it like Duck
when I
Dynasty? What are
saw
you talking about?
when I first saw the trailer, I was like, "Yo, is that is that what's his name? The bounty hunter. What his name is? Uh,
Dog.
what's
Dog
his
the
name?
Bottom Hunter.
Yeah,
Wolf.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Wolf.
No, don't insult Dog like that, because I'll watch that show.
Trash.
And yeah, I know it
Tiger
doesn't
King
have
is
to,
epic.
but I fucking hate the Tiger King. I think it's a stupid story. I don't find that guy like funny whatsoever. I don't find the situation
Excuse me.
funny. I think it's fucked up. And
What
I'm
do you
glad he's in
find-
jail.
Wait, what do you find fucked up?
He's a terrible person.
Why is he a terrible
Yeah,
person?
you're such an angel, Zod.
You're not even from this goddamn planet.
I know. That's what makes this critique worse, is because I'm a fucking villain who's eviscerated people, and I'm like, that guy's a dick.
You know who else isn't from this planet? Well, I mean, not really any of them, but especially the extra 2 Spider-Man that are in this movie. Question. Whose character got expanded more in the movie between the visiting Spider-Man? So not including
Andrew
Tom Holland.
Garfield, without a doubt.
Yeah,
I would say they did Andrew justice. Like Toby didn't really need much tweaking on his thing. He got a full 3 movies.
he was just there.
What happened?
He was just there. Yeah.
Wow, he was just there.
Yeah, him just there, like, you know. I like they should, if Marvel was smart, they'd be like, you know what, people like Tom and not Tom, Toby and Andrew, let's give them a movie with those 2 in it.
Dude, that's
that'd be amazing.
That's what I just said. What does it take to have some fuckery in the magic when they went through their portal? One of them ended up in the same universe as the other. I don't fucking care which is which, but just have the 2 of them make a movie and put
They'll probably be
dollars.
They'll probably be in Secret Wars, if anything. They'll probably save them for Secret Wars.
Dude, that would be amazing. Spider-Man be like, hey, I know some
Spider-Man and women. So you could probably get a whole.
Think they're gonna pull a SpiderGwen?
They could, and then get Silk, get all the Spider, get like Miles on there too. Get all the different Spider-Men.
Okay. Fucks the Silk Spider. Miles Morales, I'm warming up to. Into the Spider-Verse, he won me over. I'll give him credit.
You finally are warming up to the only black Spider-Man.
He's not black.
Suspect.
He's Puerto Rican. Blam. Anyways,
And black.
I'm finally warming up to him. He won me over. Whoever acted him did a fantastic job, because they gave that character, for an animated character, a lot of personality, and I was really into that. But I'd have to say, who they really need is SpiderGwen. That's my girl. Like, I love SpiderGwen. Bring her in, please.
Play SpiderGwen?
I could see if they like, I don't know who would play Spider-Gwen, but like if they supposedly going to do another Gwen Stacy, I would have got. I don't know if anybody's seen Outer Banks, but I would have got the chick that plays what's her face in there, Sam, to play to play Gwen Stacy. But that's
I would say no. I'd say if you were really do a mind fuck and someone who I think who could play it, who's already working for Disney, bring in Emma Stone. She was already Gwen Stacy anyways.
Okay,
and
that's what I was wondering, if you were going to say, well, they already had Gwen Stacy. Just pull her in from another universe. Boom.
Because if you can pull in Doc Ock before he died, and you can add to Andrew Garfield's character, because what if you throw him in there and the other Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy isn't dead? And then there's a little conflict because she never told him that she was alive or something like that, or that, she wound up somewhere else, and she wound up disliking him because she thought that he left her for dead. And then you got some conflict going on there. I mean, I'm just spitballing ideas, Marvel. Give me a call.
Yes,
Can we acknowledge that Ned is a better best friend than Harry?
Yes.
Oh, he's definitely a better best friend, but
He's like, I promise.
is
I
he a
promise.
TV? Is he a big screen original character? Like, is there a Ned in the comics there, General?
Yeah,
He's
there
supposed
is.
to. He's supposed to be Genki. He's actually supposed to be Genki, and that's like Miles' best friend.
No, there was
Okay.
a Ned in the comics.
I'm saying
An
his name was
actual Ned.
his name was Genki. That's why they switched it up. Like Ned's character is an actual person, but they switched it up like because Miles' best friend looks just like Ned. But
Oh, that's probably why I don't remember, because I hated the Miles Morales comics. So, I didn't remember much from that run.
that's racist.
Well, you know what? I guess I'm just a racist villain then, according to Justin. According to Justin, I'm so racist. My favorite movie is American History X, and the funny part is that is actually my favorite movie.
Hilarious. Anyways,
Yes, the problem is you emulate it in real life.
to the host, Mike. Back to the host.
Really? You want to
Yes.
send the mic back to me? Like,
Yes.
I'm supposed to?
You take the mic away from Zod.
This is hurt. How can you hate Toby Maguire?
I can see why, bro. Like it's for me.
He dances as Spider-Man.
But like I said, if Tom would have done some nut shit like that, people would roast him, be like, "Oh, that's not Spider-Man. He'll never do that. That's not Spider-Man." They
No,
would
I
wait,
want to
the double
see.
standard.
I
you're
want to
wrong.
see.
Everybody.
Hold on. I want to see the hour-long clip of Spider-Man dancing, just like Zemo. Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I'm gonna say Baron Zemo got 20 points for me for doing that. I did. I was like 50-50 about his character, but when I saw that, I said, "This man's a boss."
Is that canon, or is that a
It needs to be
behind-the-scenes
canon.
thing? Like, I don't know for sure.
Also, could we acknowledge that William Dafoe is a
Willem?
fucking goat?
Willem?
Don't
Okay,
matter.
so
Willie,
that
Bill,
was going to be
Bill Dafoe.
That sounds very
Like,
racist. You're trying
you
to
could have
say
saved that for your answer for my next question, since you threw the microphone back to me, because the question was, which villain did you appreciate the most? Not necessarily which one did the best job or which one was most integral to the plot. Which one did you
Mysterio.
appreciate the most in the what?
fucking
in
movie.
this movie.
Yes, he is in the movie. Mysterio's right. He doing pain at him.
Okay,
So
that
were you
was
not
a
fucking
very.
dying at that scene?
Yeah,
I almost fell out of my goddamn chair.
He
Fucking
threw fucking
Hannibal.
green paint at him and shit.
Fucking
And
Hannibal.
now the Hannibal scene was funny too. I'm talking about where like Peter got that.
No, you guys built that.
And I was talking about the scene where he gets the green paint thrown on him and he's like, "Oh, Mysterio's right."
Oh, where does that
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That's why he's like he was like trying to wash his suit and that's why he turned it inside out and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
I gotta say, like, I agree with like Purp. Like, Willem is like all of the villains are really good, especially Doc Ock. And I was kind of waffling between the two of them. But not only does
What did you
Willem drive the story, but he's also just so fucking good. He's just
so goddamn insane.
He is. And the way he switches, like, you could believe him being this gentle, like, oh my God, what happened?
Oscorp doesn't even exist here.
I was cracking up. I was laughing so hard.
Somebody's in my house.
Someone's in my house.
Who's in his house? Like, where?
you know who was in his house. It was
like,
fuck. Why can't I think of his goddamn name? Fuck.
What if that was a tie into like some Hawkeye shit or some shit like Kate took?
No,
that was like
I wasn't gonna say.
Oh, that'd be spectacular.
I thought it was going to be
no
where
pun intended.
Oscorp is now the Baxter Building, and the guy in his house is Reed Richards. There we go.
I thought he was referencing the Sanctum Sanctorum or some shit like that. That'd been dope.
Everything to me is referencing the Fantastic Four until they show up.
True.
Because I think they're going to be here before the X-Men.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's how they're gonna end. That's how they're gonna end Phase 4, and I think in this next Spider-Man trilogy, we'll definitely see Johnny Storm be going like the college
I
with
would
Peter or
love
something
that.
like that.
But here's a question for everyone: who thinks that John Watts is a fucking amazing director? Can I just
Hey,
get
yeah,
that
man.
out there? Like, even if I don't particularly like the other two films as much as this one, it's never been the story or the direction. I just wasn't connected with Tom Holland.
I'm telling you, like people like really take those like Homecoming or Far From Home for granted because those are really good movies. And now that we got No Way Home, those movies are gonna hit different, especially like when like Tony's talking to Peter, talking about like, yo, if anything ever happened to you, foreshadowing in Endgame that he's gonna die and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that. Sad.
No, I went back through and I watched the old ones before my second time of watching it again, and I just realized, like, yeah, it made it better. It all flows like a trilogy should.
Homecoming and Far From Home right before you went to the theater.
Yep.
The theater.
Yeah, that's where he visits his dealer to get his fix.
Yep, I gotta get my fix.
Get your COVID shot. Yeah. I guess.
No.
Hey,
what?
Here's another thing.
I said Spider-Man.
Here's another thing I'd like to ask you, gentlemen, and I'm sure Purple will be in the middle about this, but I know where me and PB land. Hey, Purple, what about that COVID just destroying the box office? No movies can make money.
Supremacy.
Bro, like I said, it's Spider-Man. Like when people say that, like, oh, it's Spider-Man. People will risk their lives. Some Spider. It doesn't matter. Like, you know
okay, except that the numbers that it's putting up are like all-time high numbers.
Because it's Spider-Man.
Well, no, it's because it's a good movie. It has nothing to do
because it's Spider-Man.
It's not just because it's Spider-Man.
Just like Batman. Batman.
No, because if we had that argument,
hold on. That was a terrible argument, Perp, because the closest that you come to this is Batman versus Superman.
I'm saying
had $1 billion in the bank just by the name alone, and it didn't even fucking come close. It was
I'm saying, look,
failure.
Spider-Man. I'm saying Spider-Man, just the brand is bigger than Toby, Andrew, and just the brand. Batman is bigger than whoever's playing him. So
I know that the brand of these characters is bigger. So when you put the Batman and Superman, who are number 1 and 2 on whatever fucking list that you have of superhero characters, how come the fuck that failed? But Spider-Man,
because you put Superman in that shit.
What?
Yes, you took Superman out of that, bro.
Oh my god! Oh, we added Superman to a movie and that hurt the box office.
Yes, nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody cares about that damn Superman. Obviously,
I actually agree with Purp on that.
Nobody cares.
You have to.
I care about Superman, but most people don't care about Superman, bro.
That's Batman. Not how it works, guys.
It's Batman and
Why
Spider-Man.
Is he always the list is 1 and 2, Superman and Batman.
But I'm saying in 20, we're about to be in 2022.
Look at a list in 2022. I bet you Batman and Superman are still fucking number 1.
Bro, Man of Steel didn't even make $1 billion.
I know, because they're trash movies. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that it takes more than name recognition to be an all-time great movie and have numbers that are comparable to Infinity War and Endgame.
It's Spider-Man. That's all I'm saying.
Then why did the other Spider-Man movies not do nearly as well as this one's doing?
The last Spider-Man movie made $1 billion. Made over $1 billion.
This one, I'm comparing it to this one, guy. You can't say, well, that's where the finish line was. This one's going to be way over $1 billion. It's not even going to be close. It's gonna
All
be
I'm
the
saying
third.
is, you put Spider-Man in the title in anything, people are gonna, you know what I'm saying, eat it up, no
I
matter
don't know
what.
what you're saying because that's not how it works. Like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a real thing. It's a real thing. You can't go on name recognition alone. It doesn't work. Argument doesn't hold up for anything.
I'm just saying, like, if we're just talking about the movies that are released in 2021, what's more recognizable, Shang-Chi or Spider-Man?
We're not comparing it to them, guy. You're
But I'm
saying
saying
that
everybody,
it
but
doesn't
the
matter
whole
about all this
arguments,
bullshit
the
that's
whole
happening in
arguments, the
real life.
pandemic shit, the whole argument is the pandemic. Woo, woo, woo.
It's over. There is no more pandemic.
Anyway, let's move on.
It's not a real thing.
Should give me a headache.
Agreed. It does give me a headache. You know what else? Well, I guess it didn't give me a headache, but my biggest disappointment from the movie is that Venom's only in one scene. That's the thing that I was let down by the most because I was
Post
really
credit.
hoping since the way that he no, it was the mid-credit scene. The post-credit scene is a trailer. Oh, he's gone. He must have got in trouble at work. What are you doing on your phone over there,
Somebody try to steal some candy.
guy?
But how did you feel about that trailer? I thought it was pretty interesting, and that's not a lot of people.
um,
A lot of people
oh,
thinking that that's the Supreme Strange from What If, but no, it's not. It's not. It's Nightmare. I'm I'm putting money on it. That's Nightmare because
what are you
the
talking about? Mirror Strange?
huh
Who is Nightmare? You talking about ugly
the
Doctor
guy that
Strange?
you saw at the end of the trailer, he's like, things just got out of hand, and he
Ugly Doctor
stares.
Strange.
He said, "What?
That's like Bizarro Doctor Strange.
Yes, that's Nightmare.
Who the fuck
That's
is Nightmare?
Nightmare's pretty much like Freddy Krueger. Like he has his own little dimension and shit, and plays off your fears and all that stuff like that. So
Oh, it's a good thing I'm afraid of stupid shit.
nah, Nightmare's pretty dope though.
No, actually, I agree with Purp. Nightmare's a pretty good character. Actually, you know who's kind of like Nightmare? If anyone ever watched the FX show Legion, that is uh, kind of someone from his dimension. The Nightmare King is in that show, and they show you exactly what he does. He like messes with
Mm.
people psychically, and he feeds off of basically fear. He
Hmm.
fucks with people, and then he destroys them, like in every conceivable way.
Or it could actually be Mephisto. That would be fucking crazy. Like, see, he does exist in this world, but like I think it's Nightmare because there were rumors of that's what they like the Scott Derrickson, whatever he wanted to do Nightmare and shit. So I don't know. So I think it's Nightmare. I don't
I
think it's Supreme Strange because Supreme Strange wasn't even acting like that. Like he didn't sound sinister. Like he just I don't
He
know.
sounded broken.
Yeah, he was more broken. This guy was just like sounding completely evil. And we're supposed to be getting other Doctor Stranges in this as well. Like there's leaks of like Defender Strange or something like that. He had like a
So I got a
different costume.
question. I got a question.
Yeah,
Everybody forgot Spider-Man, right?
Peter Parker.
Right. Everybody
They forgot
forgot that
Peter
Peter
Parker.
Parker is Spider-Man. How does that affect a person's memory?
No, they forgot Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. It took me a while to figure it out why it was such a big sacrifice, and I get it. They forgot him as a fucking person. So Ned, everyone, literally his friend he grew up with since fucking high school, yeah, they forgot he exists, which means anyone who ever knew who he was, even as a person, doesn't remember him.
That
Right.
means the
So what?
Vulture completely forgets too.
That means that basically wipes his. That's why I'm thinking they're leaning more towards going towards the Sony route, is because that wipes out everything he's done with the Avengers.
So what you no no? If you say that they only forgot Peter Parker, then they didn't forget Spider-Man. Like they still know that Spider-Man is
No,
a thing
because
and he's
by
out there. No 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 no. You told me they forgot Peter Parker. That they did not forget Spider-Man. Like J. Jonah Jameson still knows who he is. which means that other people must know who Spider-Man is. So he's
Well,
still
we
an
don't know
Avenger.
too from that shot how long he had been doing it since the spell had been cast. Did they do a time? Did they show the time skip? Because
Like literally, it's in Christmas. That's why I said like this pic. It probably follows right into Hawkeye because it's
okay,
Christmas
that's not
time.
what I asked. Now, what is the time jump?
I
Because
don't know.
from
We
when
don't know
that
yet. It's
spell, there
Whoa,
was
whoa,
probably
whoa,
no
whoa, whoa,
snow,
whoa.
and then it was Christmas, so there was
it's
a
pro
time
it's
jump.
pro it's probably been a year. So it's probably because they're saying that Hawkeye takes place 2 years after Endgame, so it'd be 2025.
This
Okay,
movie,
so yeah, so
no,
2 years.
this movie picks up right after the last Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that was before, or no, that wasn't that after Endgame? Or
After
yeah,
Endgame,
that was
that was it
literally
Endgame,
was eight.
after
It was
Endgame.
like 8 months after Endgame.
Endgame
Yes.
is 2023. Endgame
Yes.
ends in 2023. And then it's like 8 months after. So it's either the end of 2023 or the start of 2024. Well, it must be the end because it's Christmas time.
Yeah, yeah. So that would mean though that whatever period he's been Spider-Man is what people are seeing now. But the spell would have erased their memory from back then because it's going from the time of when that spell was casted. So it'd be like a reset because they're only commenting on what he's been doing recently. Like Jonah Jameson says, "Why won't Spider-Man unmask?" Because they showed by the end he was going out with the old school scanner looking up crime. So we don't know how long he was doing that from when they recast that wish because that spell is a hard reset.
For Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
I'd say both because if you knew Spider-Man was Peter Parker and it erased your memory of Peter Parker, then you wouldn't remember any time. Yeah, you wouldn't remember him being in the Spider-Man suit because you would identify Spider-Man as Peter Parker.
Okay.
He literally
Because
walks
think about it, all the
into
villains
he
disappeared.
he literally walks into where MJ and them working and complete ignore, like doesn't even know what the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying. But she still got the whole the thing from Far From Home that he got he got her, yeah. But
Yeah, how
it's
do you
been some time.
explain?
He
How do
was
you
probably like, "Who
explain
the
the?
fuck gave me
That's
this?"
what. No, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. It's how do you explain your physical memories? Like she has this thing that she cherishes, and she don't know who the fuck gave it to her or when because she don't remember Peter Parker.
Yes.
That's fucked up, man.
Magic,
That's
right?
what I'm
Because
saying.
No,
if
That's
he
why it's
okay,
investigated that
dark because
and
like
remember if he
nobody
made that,
I agree with Nerdette's newsstand on that
it kind
fucking level that the brainwashing is fucked up.
because imagine
okay, I
that
gotta go
like
because I gotta leave. But I'll see y'all later.
yep.
Watch Spider-Man No Way Home.
Twice. Watch it twice.
Because now, like you think about it, right? Imagine if Aunt May was still alive. She would also forget who Peter is as well. That would have been too much. Because now it's just like it makes more sense. And I'm I'm lean because like even Happy when you get that whole scene of Happy because he mentioned Spider Man but not Peter Parker.
Like, how is this gonna fuck with Nick Fury, who knows everything? He'll be like, huh, one of my files disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that works. Like, I think it's just specifically for that world. Maybe like people outside of that world, like because he's completely in another
No, I
whatever.
get he's in a different part of physical space.
So he might still remember who Peter Parker is. So
That's
I don't know how.
interesting.
Yeah,
No, but what I'm saying is there would be a physical file on Peter Parker. Does the magic cover stuff like that?
I would
Like
assume
where
so.
somebody had like if everybody forgot who Peter Parker was, does that like invalidate his license? Like how did he get
True.
that apartment? Like you're not even a real person. You don't exist, nobody remembers you. But you got paperwork and they're like,
They just don't know who he is. Like
I
they
guess.
just You know what I'm saying? It just kind of like you kind of have amnesia, not amnesia because that's the but
He must have given something to Ned over time too, and Ned still has all those things. Like
nah,
that type of shit
he
is
took
super fucked
the
up.
Palpatine thing, the Palpatine Lego.
Oh, the Lego. I thought that was a new Lego. That was the old
Nah,
Lego?
that's the one that he had.
When
Yeah.
did he steal it?
I don't know, but you see how dark that ending is, yo. It's pretty. It's sad. Like there, he's just like, yeah. Now nobody knows who the fuck I am.
Yeah, but that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, it's sad though.
They
Pretty
also
sad.
said something about that in Spider-Man 2 as well. Like, there's a lot of fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Because poetic is not the right one. There's a
Now
lot of,
I wonder if other people are going to forget the other Peter Parkers in their universe. That'd be interesting now, or if it's just specifically for him.
I got a question for you because I'm curious and you may have either been told or looked up the answer. Were we able, or is anybody able, to figure out who those characters are that seem to appear in the void?
One they're all like I get they're all Spider-Man villains. One of them was
Yep.
definitely Rhino. Um, I
Okay.
need a yeah. The other one had like a weird staff or something like that. I don't know. So
Okay.
yeah, it'd be
So it's
interesting
like
when
whoever
I
the
see that
fucking
again.
I can't
I
remember
need
who the fuck has his name.
I need to get like a physical copy or watch it digitally so I can pause and like look at it
Oh
closely.
yeah, that's something that you gotta wait until the 4K comes out to be able to tell what the hell
But
this
I
is.
still think the multiverse is splitting. You know what I'm saying? I think it's already probably split. I think we just saw like kind of like a glimpse because they were talking about how like this is only like a little bit of what like an appetizer, and
Okay.
Multiverse of Madness is going to be like the real shit. Because you got to think about like Wanda's still out there fucking with shit. Um, you know,
So how do you feel at this point outside of origin movies? Like I don't know how
so
many fucking I'm asking how you feel outside of origin movies if every movie has two heroes. You know what I'm saying?
give me an example.
So an example would be in the first Iron Man, there's one hero, Iron Man. Like the only other
Oh, so like
hero
so
per
just
se.
completely solo movies.
Right. So in the origin movies like Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain America, Thor, stuff like that in their first movie. So like Shang-Chi, I'm
Mm,
completely okay with him being the only hero in the movie. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah.
once you get into it, like Spider-Man Far From Home, it's only him, right? He's the only hero in that movie.
Far from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Nick Fury's there, but he's not really like playing the hero role per se.
Hmm.
Not the
Yeah.
same way that in the first movie, like he doesn't play the hero role, but he definitely helps him with a whole bunch of stuff because Iron Man's in it.
Yeah, and like Iron Man's like I mean Tony Stark's really not even in Homecoming like that. Like rewatching it, I was like, bro, he's barely really he pops his
No,
head out once in a
he
while. Like
pops right. Yeah, he's a here and there in that movie. That's about it. It's like an extended cameo.
did you see that like
Anyway,
when they were showing the different like Times magazines and stuff, they said Iron Man Jr. on
no,
one of them.
I
I had
didn't
him
see
I
that.
had Tom Holland looking like a baby crying.
So
It was funny.
I want to get more movies when it's like not the origin story, like Thor Ragnarok. You got Thor and Hulk, and
Yeah.
then I
But
mean this one you got three fucking Spider Men working together.
yeah,
So
I think a
it's
lot
like
more
being
of these
spoiled.
a lot of these movies are going to be you're going to
But
see a lot of team
by
ups and events.
two heroes, I mean Tom Holland and Doctor Strange. Those are the two heroes that were in the movie.
Yeah.
And now Multiverse of Madness, at minimum, like I don't know if anybody else is going to show up. I assume other people are going to show up. You got
That,
Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like going forward, we're gonna still get those solo movies here and there, but a lot of the
Okay,
movies are gonna be team ups or big events.
I think that they should all be team ups because why the fuck it makes if you have all of these characters that at this point so many of them know each other, why wouldn't you use that to your advantage and
Yeah,
just
you
be
don't.
like, okay, we got this movie coming up in the future, so we're gonna rope this hero into this movie so that we can connect the story even tighter.
Yeah,
Like
it's like because
having Doctor
you don't
Strange in
have
a movie before
you
his movie
you don't have like
allude. Go
you
ahead.
don't have a Robert Downey Jr. You don't got Chris Evans no more. You still got Chris Hemsworth and stuff, but like you're missing a lot of your star talent. So like making these solo movies are going to be kind of hard at times. So like making those team up movies would help. So
Right, like the next Shang-Chi movie, they can either, I mean, they can go the Iron Man 2 route, and you can always introduce like a sub-hero. Like that's, I mean, they don't do that anymore. That's what they
or
used to do.
introduce Iron Fist, a new Iron Fist.
Right, introduce a defender, something like that. Rope somebody else in. Like, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Daredevil. Are they going to give him a movie? Are they going to give him a TV show? I have no fucking clue.
I think what they're gonna do with like
But you have
definitely
you
with Kingpin, I think you're gonna see Kingpin in multiple Disney Plus series and stuff like that.
have you noticed what they're doing with the Disney Plus shows so far? I feel like this is a pattern now. All of them, at least that I can tell, in the MCU, they've all been an origin story for some kind of villain.
Yeah, pretty much, or like or a character, you know,
Like Captain America is what the fuck's his knockoff Captain America? What's his name? John something.
Sam. Oh, you mean John Walker? Yeah.
Yeah, John Walker. He's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a villain. So the whole show was like leading up to him being a villain. You're like, oh, okay. And
I
then
was gonna
in
say
Loki,
I was
you
gonna
get
say though
Kang.
I was gonna say and you could look at just the home trilogy as just one big origin story in a sense.
Oh yeah, it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
That's his origin story.
Right.
Like I'm wondering and I'm hoping. Did I say this earlier? I want them to expand on Spider-Man 2 in this universe. Like one of these movies needs to be, or you can trail it from one end to the other, or some shit like that. Have him lose his powers like he does in Spider-Man 2. Like it happens when that happened in the movie, I was like, "Holy
I mean,
fuck,
yeah,
man! It's just like the
because
goddamn cartoon."
because that'd be a perfect way to bring in Shang-Chi because like like Spider-Man and Shang-Chi is trained together because when Peter lost his spidey senses at one point, like he went to Shang-Chi,
You
so
know,
they
I
could do
thought
that.
for a second, did you think at any point because we were fucking with Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse and blah blah blah, did you think we were gonna see Madam Web at some point?
We could see her in this new trilogy. That
No,
would have been a
I
dope way.
thought we were gonna see her. I thought that was going to be the post-credit scene. I wasn't expecting all of that fucking stuff for
That would
Madness.
actually be really dope because
I
like
thought
at the
Madam Web was gonna pop up and be like, "Oh, I see that somebody's messing with the what does she call it? The Spider Verse?
something like that. But
I don't remember
they
what the
could
hell
they
she
could
calls it.
definitely do that for the next trilogy. Like start to introduce that, or even if like because Sony likes to do weird shit, you can just do a whole Madam Web movie and stuff like that. And I don't know. I don't
That
know
could be some freak. That'll be some. I need to get some mushrooms for that movie.
because there was a Spider-Man episode where it's like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Madam Web. I remember that.
Oh,
So
all three of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Interesting. No, I mean I like the fact that they're both in New York, and it's easy to intermingle them.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It doesn't make nearly as much sense to have. Fuck, where the fuck are the other goddamn characters even from? Like Shang-Chi is from San Francisco, right? Yeah, so he's on the
Yeah.
West Coast. So it wouldn't make near as much sense for Peter to go down the road and, web sling across
Well, they
America.
could. They like if depending on Hawkeye ends, like they could have Kate and Hawkeye go to the West Coast and they do the West Coast Avengers or some shit like that. Um,
West Coast Avengers? What the
yeah,
fuck is that?
it's just another team that's on the West Coast.
Why? And they're literally called the West Coast Avengers?
Yes,
Like you have the Avengers, and they're like, we don't want to be real derivative. We'll just go with West Coast Avengers.
yes, yeah.
This can't be a real thing. Are you
Yeah.
fucking with me?
Look it up.
Holy shit. To
Like
the
Hawkeye's
internet.
on that team, I think. Yeah.
Oh, and Hawkeye's on the team. Yeah, but why would they go there?
I don't know. Get out of New York.
I spelled coast wrong. Goddamn keyboard.
Hawkeye doesn't live in New York, but he's just there.
West Coast event. The West Coast Avengers. There's like a whole comic book series.
Yes.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
The perp
Earth
does not lie.
Avengers West Coast. Earth 616. The West Coast Avengers were reformed years later by Kate Bishop. Oh,
Kate Bishop,
uh, Kate
macaroni and
Bishop.
cheese.
What's up, Karen? I, I,
Oh,
I
you
made
kidding
some
me?
I made some
Oh,
delicious macaroni.
you kidding me? That's funny. You're funny, Kate Bishop.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
That shit is
Her
hilarious.
okay, so we're gonna digress from Spider-Man for just a moment because you brought up that's gotta be the best character in the show now.
Yeah. I like
Like,
Yelena more than Natasha.
I
That's just
mean,
me. That's just me.
she's not a poser.
Yeah. But you see that she's got her own kind of pose now, so always jumping out windows backwards and shit.
That's a pose? Jumping out a window backwards is a
Well, it's her
pose?
thing. That's her thing. So
Oh. I mean, having a thing and having a pose ain't necessarily the same. But I get what you're saying. Like, I do, what was I think I was looking up a gift for her to say some comment from episode 5. And they had the gift down there where she lands in the hallway and does the Black Widow pose and then does like the fucking U arm. You get what I'm talking about?
hmm
I was laughing my fucking ass off. I was like, yep, she's not a poser.
I'm
She's
gonna
the
see the
real thing.
new want to see the new and improved Statue of Liberty, which she's talking about Spider-Man.
So is she going to yeah, I get that now. I didn't understand what was going on and I was well, it's not really new and improved anymore, is it?
Yeah, it's fucked up. They fucked the whole show. Jameson was right here. Like they always fucking up monuments and shit.
What monument are you gonna mess up next? Well, it'll be fine.
The
It'll
place
be
of second
fine.
chances.
They have a bunch of the construction stuff out there already, so they're already, a step ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I mean, I wish Zod was here because he wasn't here to. I don't think he answered my question when we were talking about it on his stream either. What do you think's going to happen with the Venom left behind?
It's either gonna attach itself to that Flash Thompson. We might get an Agent Venom.
Dude, 100% it's going on Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson is going
Might make
on
it.
spring. He's going on spring break wherever the fuck that hotel is. 'Cause that hotel exists on both Earths. Earths? Yep, that's a word. Both realities. I'm a little skeptical on why it got left behind, but whatever. It got left behind nonetheless. And
I'm
Flash
um.
Thompson's going there on spring break, man, because we just got to Christmas time. So
I'm gonna
spring
send you
break
this.
is right around the corner.
I'm gonna send you this video where
A
was
video.
it Comic Book Explains whatever.
Where are you sending it?
No, not after this, but I'll send you to like he pretty much in the video gave his predictions on what they could possibly do for the new trilogy. Like he comes up with this interesting idea that Peter gets the black suit in the second movie in the trilogy and kind of goes crazy, and then that's when they introduce Miles, and those two kind of have a fight, and he's predicting that at the end of this trilogy that Tom might get axed, like get killed off, which would make sense because Tom doesn't want to do Spider-Man forever, but you know,
I don't care if he wants to do it. Fucking dance, monkey.
that's what I'm saying. All money talks. That's all this.
Fuck you, Tom Holland. You will do Spider-Man until you're 40.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
It'll
I'll
still
be
look the
like
same.
the adventures of old ass Spider-Man. They'd be like, yeah, but he don't look old. I'd be like, he's 45. Like, yeah, but look at his tiny little baby face. He shaves every other month. Keep that baby face because he can't grow fucking facial hair. It would have been wild to see one of them Spider-Man come through with facial hair. That'd have been fucking ridiculous.
Like a whole beard.
God.
That's what Toby should came. Toby should have came in with like the no man,
Could have
like
been
the
like,
whole cat beard.
oh my God, you know, it would have been fucking beautiful because we never saw it, and you know, it could happen. It could happen. What if the X-Men existed in one of the other universes and the guy's like, oh yeah, I met a friend named Logan. He told me I should grow my beard out. So I decided to grow it out like him. Be like, oh my fucking God. So Spider-Man did team up with Wolverine and I missed it. Movie, please. How much money would that fucking movie make?
A lot.
Okay, but who's playing Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Still?
Yeah, man. Money
He
talks.
died. He died.
They always come back. It's comic books.
Oh, that's true. I guess
Nobody stays dead. As long as
nobody
the pen,
stays dead.
as long as there's ink in the pen, they will never stay dead. So
I mean, I was super happy that Donna Troy didn't stay dead on not Doom Patrol, Titans.
mm.
That was amazing.
Now, if they were to do another Doc Ock in Tom Holland's universe, I want Michael Shannon to play Doc Ock. I think have
Michael
him be like the
Shannon,
pure,
Michael Shannon. Why
Zod,
can't I picture Michael Shannon?
Zod from Man of Steel.
Oh, that's Michael Shannon?
Yes,
You want him to be Doc Ock now?
yes, he can play
Interesting.
crazy. Just have him be have him be pure evil though. Like just there's no redeeming. Like it's not no
No,
redemptive.
we need, and I say this as a Spider-Man fan, we need another Doc Ock so that we can get the classic suit.
What you mean the yellow and green?
Yeah, the Packer suit.
Give him the bowl cut too.
Fuck yeah. Why if we're going for it, we need to go for all of it. Bowl cut and everything.
But it
That
seems
bowl cut,
like
those
since
glasses, those
it
colors on the suit, like the suit can be, I guess, a different texture or whatever.
yeah, it seems like though like the next villain that whatever he's gonna face off in this next movie is gonna be Craven. Because even though I think that Craven movie is still coming out in 2023, so whenever that comes after that.
Here's a question that, I mean, they're going to have to answer at some point because I mean, unless nothing comes of it, which would be very depressing. Are they going to use the same guy to do Venom's voice?
What, Tom Hardy?
No, who does the Venom voice?
Tom Hardy.
Okay, so they just run it through a fucking computer and that's what it comes out as?
Yeah.
Interesting. See you later, Q's Queen. I didn't realize that they were just running it through the
But
synthesizer.
it'd most likely just be Tom doing the voice, or they'll probably just get somebody else to do it. Or it'll probably be just like, you know, how Spider-Man 3 was, like didn't really change his voice or nothing like that. Cause have you ever watched the original, like not the original, but like the '94 Spider-Man cartoon. That shit is so over the top. None of that shit makes sense, but it's fucking dope still. Nostalgic. Like
I have to go
you got
back and watch it more. Now
like
I'm on a spider craze.
just watch the alien suit shit, like where he gets the black suit, bro. That shit is
You mean when it
fucking
comes back from space with
it,
Jonah's son? Or no? Or is that in the movie? Is that in the
no.
cartoon too?
It comes on differently, but that's what they should have done with Toby's instead of making them like really wacky. Like there's some similarities, but that shit is super over the top. But he's chasing down Shocker. He's like, "I will get you, Shocker. I will kill you." Yo, it's so over the top. It's hilarious, bro.
That's what Venom is saying.
Well, I'm saying when Peter has the black suit on.
So
Well,
you're
it has
telling me
this.
in this movie the only reason that Peter Parker has a black suit on when he's wearing that fucking cuff thing is because he's wearing his regular suit inside out?
Yes, because you know it's got the had that paint they couldn't get off.
So he just turned the suit inside out and that made it black.
Yes. They show you this shit in Homecoming, like, where he's hacking the suit, you know, foreshadowing.
But then May was able to get the fucking paint out.
Yes, because she's a mom. Well,
She's
a
not
mother.
she's an aunt.
She's got motherly tendencies, so, they know what to do. Not sounding sexist. not
Holy
trying to
shit,
sound.
Purp. Holy shit, Purp.
Y'all know what I
Like,
mean
as a
there.
mom, they just know how to do these things. Like, they don't even know that they know how, and it just happens.
Born this way.
Holy shit, guy. Like, that was pretty good. That was pretty fucking good.
I was born in it.
So you answered by saying that you appreciated Norman Osborn the most out of all the villains that came through.
Yeah, man. Most definitely. Like, it's like he didn't miss a beat.
I feel like I want to say Jamie Foxx, but I can't
A lot
because
of people don't like Jamie Foxx.
I didn't see the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I've never
Good,
seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I hear bad
good.
things about it, and the little bits that I've seen, and the little bits that people have shown and been like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. I was like,
Pretty
oh,
dumb.
maybe I just don't watch that movie. But now I feel like I want to watch the movie because it's connected to a movie that I absolutely adore, which is this movie. Like, it's the same character. And the fact that it's the same character, they said that they were sending them back for the chance to live because they're changing their trajectory of their life, except they're sending them back to right before they died. So he plucked Doc Ock from the bottom of the river, and now he's put him back at the bottom of the river. Do you know that?
I don't think it works like that exactly,
That's
but
exactly how it fucking works.
because they're cured, so
Yeah, but
they're not gonna go through the same thing.
you get put
That
back.
changes their timeline.
No, it doesn't change the timeline. They got put back to where they got pulled out of timeline, which is right before their moment of death. He goes, I was whooping Spider-Man's ass, and then blah, I disappeared. And I was here. And now what? They're gonna go back and like at what point in the fight are they in? Like, does he see him phase out and then he phases back in, and now Spider Man's kicking your ass, and you'll be like, I'm okay now, Peter. I'm okay now, Peter. He's like, you're a fucking liar. Web to the face. Yes, no, maybe so. Strike
Mhm.
hard. I don't know if you were there. It's so quiet.
Nah, I'm just chilling. Tired.
I get that. I gotta go walk around in the fucking woods tomorrow and connect a bunch of maple syrup taps.
That's weird.
What do you mean it's weird? Don't you like maple syrup?
It's alright. You know.
What do you? Whoa, 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 whoa. Even Spider-Man likes maple syrup. Have you not like you don't like Super Troopers?
I never watched Super Troopers.
You've never seen Super Troopers on purpose?
No, not
Why?
on purpose. I don't know. Never watched it.
You need to. I believe that you will laugh. I believe you will laugh heartily. It is a stoner movie. At least I would say that it's a stoner movie.
Hmm.
Rebecca, stop trying to eat spiders. You ridiculous bitch. So, you got this movie ranked as the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time, right?
Yeah, man. People think I'm crazy for my list, but that's just my list.
I don't know if I feel like the only list that I saw was K Dot's list. And I was like, what
Well,
the
my top five, my
He's
top
trolling
five,
everybody.
my top five is No Way Home, Homecoming, Far From Home, Spider Verse, and Sam Raimi's one.
Oh yeah, that's a ridiculous list that if you ain't got Spider-Man too high. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't like Spider Man 2 like that. It's
Yeah, I
okay.
know, you're weird. You can be the black sheep.
Some people got Amazing Spider Man 2 as their favorite.
Yeah, and those people are what we call clinically insane.
Did you see that one tweet where it's like, oh, they should make the Amazing Spider Man 3 the next Snyder cut? I'm like, no,
I
don't do
mean, they
that.
could, considering it doesn't exist now, so it's at the same stage that it was at when the hashtag got started.
Nah, we don't need that toxicity though.
Okay, this movie made. You said earlier when we were talking that they should bring the other two Spider-Men together.
Yeah,
Watching this movie, I wanted to get another Spider-Man movie from each of them. They don't have to be together. They could be individual. I don't give a shit. They could only be an hour and a half long. I don't give a shit.
hmm
Just give me another story with these Spider-Men because I don't know. I thought that they both did a really good job in this movie, and they already did at least good enough job in the previous movies that people wanted to see him again. Like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 is way better than the second one. It's got to be.
yeah, yep. If they just retcon that and just do the Halloween 2018 thing and just ignore the sequel, and just
No, I
have an
have to go
action.
back and watch the first because I wanted to watch Spider-Man 2 because Justin was saying it's the greatest comic book movie of the last 21 years, and I was like, I don't know about that.
I
So
don't get it.
I went back and watched it, and I was like, it's not better than The Dark Knight. It just isn't.
The Dark Knight's not even my favorite like that. Like, I like it.
Didn't
It's a great
didn't
movie, but
didn't
I think
ask.
it's
Wait. You're telling me that your favorite is also the greatest?
no. I said that it's not my
No,
favorite.
I'm asking you. You said it's not your favorite, but I'm asking, do you think it's the greatest?
Which one?
The Dark Knight.
No, I don't think it's the greatest.
You don't think it's the greatest comic book
It's a great.
movie of
It's
the
a great
last
movie.
21 years?
It's a great movie, but no.
Okay, so then what is the greatest comic book movie of the last 21 years?
I mean, Infinity War's up there.
I know that it's up there.
I don't think the most because like I feel like we're getting these big, large scale movies, so it's gonna be hard to tell. Sequel Wars could be the best comic movie ever made,
Oh
but
my
that's
god.
a
Of course you would start talking about something that doesn't even fucking exist yet
or
in
if
a
DC gets their
conversation
if
with
DC
something
gets
that
their
is
shit
the best.
if DC gets their shit together, they could do an Infinite Crisis in the movies. That could be the best movie of all time.
Why are you coming up with this hypothetical bullshit of
Because
stuff that doesn't
because
even
that's how I'm
fucking
thinking. I was
exist?
just like, because for me, we
Yeah, but
haven't
that's
gotten the
not what the
best.
question is. No, that's not how there is a best. Like it doesn't matter what's going to come out in the future. There's still a best right now. Everything that's ever fucking come out, and it's the one at the top of the list. That's the best. It's an unbelievably simple question, and
I
you're
don't know them.
complicating it for no reason.
I don't know them.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, so then what's your favorite? Since you can't be objective.
Like Infinity War. Civil War is pretty good too.
Okay, so then what's your favorite MCU movie?
Infinity War.
So then where's this movie rank?
It's tough. I haven't thought about that yet. So.
I don't have to think about it in depth to tell you that it's in the top 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair. Like, I don't know what movie I had at 5 that I know that I can move out. Fuck, I could probably tell you that it's in the top 3 because I'm pretty sure that I like it more than Civil War. Pretty sure. I don't know if I like it more than Winter Soldier. Like, Winter Soldier has that gritty feel that not enough Marvel movies have. So it kind
Mm-hmm.
of stands just that little bit apart. So I couldn't tell you if it's better than that, but I'm pretty sure that I can tell you that it's not better than Infinity War. Pretty sure I'm still going to have Infinity War at the top of my list just because of, I don't know, it's got to be the ending. It's got to be the ending that puts it over the top. Like the end of this movie has a little bit of a depressive ending, but it's essentially a Spider-Man rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I was Spider-Man for when the fuck did he start playing Spider-Man? 2016.
Yeah.
So 5 years I was Spider-Man. Nobody's gonna remember shit. Now I get to do it all over again and be a menace to the city.
Technically, he was dead for 5 years, but
So then he played it for 10 years.
no, I would say because we're introduced to him in Civil War. He's been Spider-Man for 6 months,
Oh, I
and
get what you're
then
saying. I get what you're
yeah,
saying. He
mm,
went from 2016 to 2018 and got snapped out of oblivion. How come we love Spider Man so much at that point when he died? Interesting.
because Tom Holland's a great actor.
Yeah, he's British.
Hmm.
That blew my mind first time I heard it. Same thing with House.
Right.
Like people like that, they just start talking randomly, and you go, "Wait a second, what the fuck?" Like I can't do it. Like I'm sitting there watching. A good example of that is not being able to handle it. Watching Firefly Lane.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
ever have you ever
yeah.
seen her dad in anything else?
Nah,
Okay, it's Paul McGillen, and he played Carson Beckett in Stargate Atlantis, and
interesting.
he just uses his regular voice because he's Scottish. So he's just talking with his regular voice, regular voice. So it's like, Scotty, beam me up. So when he comes on the fucking screen in Firefly Lane, I was like, holy fuck, it's Carson. And then he said something, and I went, oh God, no. I was like, that is not your voice. Oh my God, it's just it gets to me every fucking time. Like you give a flying fuck, Marjorie. Why don't you ever tell me about that show, guy? I know it has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Could be your lane. No,
I'm
no pun intended.
I'm surprised that you watch that show
Why you surprised?
because it's just like it's a drama surrounded almost exclusively by women.
I watched Wentworth. I love Wentworth. All female cast,
Wentworth is a prison thing.
but it's all female cast, majority.
Yeah, because it's a women's prison.
Yeah,
That's
there's a ton,
completely different.
there's tons of just female that like just cast that I would watch. I don't discriminate. If the story looks good or just something intrigues me about, I'll watch it. I'm just not gonna watch no fucking Sex in the City. That bullshit.
No, they got a new, but they're on HBO Max.
Nah, they need to go the fuck home.
They look old as fuck, except for the one chick. She don't
They
look
look
old as
old as
fuck.
fuck back then. They died. They ancient now.
Did you see what they look like? You see that trailer for that show?
Yes, they look like ghouls.
No, except for the one. Who's the young one?
I don't know.
I can never remember the. I know. So it's fuck. Maybe that's Miranda. No, maybe it's Miranda. I don't fucking remember. One of them's named Miranda. I know that. That's about all I know. My mother used to watch that show back in the day, and I was like, I was surprised that you watched this." She's like, "Why are you surprised that I watched this?" I was like, "I don't know. It seems a little against your Christian values. Like watching something like Grey's Anatomy doesn't really go against the Christian values nearly as much as something like this show does, who's like constantly doing it. What the fuck?" So, I don't know. You get surprised by stuff like that. You know what I was surprised by the most? Because I was lied to. You want to know what I was lied to about?
That Santa Claus isn't real.
No, I asked Justin if Daredevil was in the movie, and he goes, "Nope, Daredevil is not in the movie." So then when that fucking scene pops up and boom, there he sits in the fucking chair, I was like, "Oh, it's
He
Matt!"
technically he's not wrong, but it's Matt Murdock. But I digress.
No, 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 no. If Bruce Wayne is on the screen, Batman was in the movie. Like
The vo-
I had to tell my buddy who hadn't seen the movie yet. He saw some sweet ass fucking trailer that somebody made because it had all the Spider-Man in it and it had Venom in it. He's like, "Is Venom in the movie?" I was like, "I need you to ask me a different question. Like the same question but different." I was like, "Eddie Brock, played by Tom Hardy, is in the movie, but you never see Venom. Like you hear Venom, you ain't never see Venom. So Venom is not in the movie, and I feel like that's different than if you've seen Peter Parker, you saw Spider Man. Like you know that
now
it's Spider Man.
now would have been a dope post credit is if you see Peter swinging, and then all of a sudden you see fucking Venom snatch him up like Spider-Man, like or something like that, like so,
No,
and
it
just
makes
like
me
like a,
wonder why they felt the need to do what they did with the post credit scene. Like the mid
just to
credit scene, I totally got, but
just
the post credit scene.
just to bring in that symbiote, so they had to do the whole space thing.
What are you talking? No, the mid-credit scene is all Venom. The post-credit scene is all Multiverse of Madness. I don't
I'm
understand
saying the little
why
black
they.
thing that before Venom, after Venom went back to his universe, the
Yeah, I know
little
he left
fucking
some of the symbiote behind. What's
yes,
your point?
that's the only reason why he's there, so they could
Yes,
do that. It's
yes,
definitely a
I
cop out. It's
know. I
definitely some
know
cheap
that.
shit.
The point is, why did they waste time in the post-credit scene giving us a trailer for something that's going to essentially sell itself? Like that was a
You wait a
full-blown
sec.
fucking trailer.
I thought that's genius because that's easy. That's free. That's easy promotion right there. Because then they can
No, no,
because most
that makes me want to go back to the days where Iron Man walks through a door and goes, "I hear you're putting a team together," or "I'm putting a team together," to the general, and the scene is like
But
fucking
I'm saying like, why
25
not promote
seconds.
it? Why not promote it now? Because it's not going to be
Is
coming
that
out for
what you want
another.
all of them to do?
I'd be cool with it, but it's just like it makes sense for this time because it's like we're not going to have an MCU movie until May, so that's like 5 months.
Now,
So
I
why
feel
not
like
promote?
we're gonna have to completely change what the term is then, because one is a scene, like Venom sits at a bar, talks to Venom, sorry, Eddie Brock sits at a bar, talks to a fucking bartender, and Venom inside his head. It is a scene. The other one is a trailer. Like you're gonna have to differentiate between a post-credit scene and a post-credit trailer. holy fucking shit, man. That's a completely different ball of wax. How many fucking scenes did you see in there? A dozen?
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
It was pretty awesome, but
Some people didn't even know there was
it's
a
not
trailer
it's
at the
not
end.
it's not a post credit scene. It's just not a post credit scene anymore. It's a post credit trailer,
Post credit trailer.
which I'm not necessarily opposed to, but we definitely need a mid credit scene every time if that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's just smart marketing though, because
It
this should
makes
go.
me wonder with how polished all of it looked and how many different scenes there were already. Makes me wonder how far along they are in that fucking project. Because what, that's supposed to come out next November? Or
It's come out
is,
in May.
oh, it's supposed to come out in May. Oh, it's the
Yeah,
May movie now.
it was originally supposed to come out in March, but they pushed it.
Okay, what's supposed to come out in between? Isn't something in between?
I don't know what Disney Plus show is coming out.
No, I
Morbius.
thought there
We got
was the movie in
Morbius.
between. Morbius is a Sony movie.
I know, but we don't. No, we don't. There's no. That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be a huge
I don't
break
give a
for
fuck.
once.
Morbius looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a huge break. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Moon Knight's gonna be the next Disney Plus show, but I don't know when that's gonna come out because that's pretty much done.
He
So
makes the fucking joke that he's Venom. Oh my god, that was fucking great. I hadn't seen any of the Morbius trailer, so when I seen that in the theater, I was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
fucking Tiny Tim ass motherfucker, like with the cane and shit.
Nobody's gonna remember him as the Joker after he plays this fucking thing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm calling it, a fucking thing. That's what Morbius
Morbius
is.
was another one I didn't really care for, and like the cartoon and shit. But we'll see what they do with this.
He was real strange. You knew some strange shit was gonna happen when Morbius showed up, and the fact
Hmm.
that he was what, like, green?
And I was
Wasn't he?
like, it was like he was like a tannish,
Oh, I
uh,
thought he was like a
like a gray,
pale
no, like a
fucking
gray,
green.
like a grayish. He's like a grayish,
Whatever. He was
blue.
substantially different from all of the other human-looking fucking characters.
Yeah,
Like you could tell that he was not a fucking human. Whereas in this movie, it looks like he's gonna have like the choice to go in between.
yeah. Because in the cartoons, he's already like fully a vampire type of person and
So
shit.
you seem to have some information. Is Sony ever going to have Tom Holland in a Sony movie, or it's just Sony?
Uh, I don't know, but I don't think that's off the table.
Like, what's on their list after Morbius?
Uh, I know Craven the Hunter. They want to do that in 2023. So with Aaron Taylor Johnson, Taylor Johnson. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, the guy that played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing Craven. So yeah, I don't know. They said they're in the planning stages of Venom 3. So
Craven always reminded me of Sabretooth
yeah, with the jacket,
with
he
the
was really
fucking
great.
jacket all the
I'm
time.
telling you, yo, you gotta rewatch the cartoon because that shit's so
I
ridiculous.
will.
I was like,
I was rewatching X-Men. I don't know exactly why for a little while there, but now I'm gonna have to end up putting that on the back burner and rewatching Spider-Man. What? It's only got like 3 seasons. I
something
know
like
the
that.
episode number's a little random for all 3 seasons, but 3 seasons nonetheless. Like, I wonder how many things in that movie are there that I don't even remember being there in the cartoon.
Like the whole Mysterio using tech, that was definitely in the cartoon as well. He kept using tech for his illusions.
Yeah, I remember him hitting buttons like crazy. Like, I never seen a villain hit more buttons on remote controls in my life than Mysterio. And it always, if I remember properly, it's always like a generic fucking thing where it's just one controller with one big button.
Something like
It's
that.
like, if I press this button right here, blah, 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 evil plan ensues.
I would like to see them kind of like do a grounded type of story for this next Spider-Man, like have Kingpin in there, maybe Tombstone. Um, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if they're doing a grounded story, doesn't it have to be Rhino? He's pretty much stuck to the ground.
I don't want to see Rhino, man. Like just anybody but Rhino. Just I don't
What do
care
you
for
mean?
Rhino.
I love Rhino. Like, how can you like the cartoon and not love Rhino? It's so dumb.
Rhino.
It's
No
like the
Paul
same. It's
Giamatti.
like the same reason I love the Juggernaut. Although it's got to be Deadpool Juggernaut, X-Men Juggernaut.
Is
The
Rhino for me
Vinny
is
Jones
like
Juggernaut is trash.
Rhino for me is like the same as like Scorpion. Nobody wants to see that shit.
Oh, I love Scorpion. No, you're killing all my animal villains, you
Those
bastard.
are like that's like his D-list
I
villains.
love the animal villains. They're some of my favorites. Like Scorpion, I was like, yeah, Spider versus Scorpion. That's what's up. That's what I came here for.
And you
The
think you know
ultimate
what?
battle.
That shit that Vulture hit the first shocker with that kind of like turned him into ash. I feel like that's gonna be
Oh, some
Scorpion's little stinger thing.
that Chitari gun thing.
Yeah, that's gonna end up being his like little stinger thing. That shit's gonna look so weird. Like when you see
Dude,
whatever they do,
I'm
Scorpion.
gonna have to rewatch that movie. Fuck, I'm gonna have to watch all the Spider-Man movie in order. 'Cause now they're all
Man,
coming out.
Vulture is up there, man. He's an underrated villain. Like the whole dad talk he has with Peter. He pulls out the gun. He's like, "Yo, I
Oh
will kill
yeah,
you.
it's
I will kill
fucking
you
epic.
dead. I will kill all the people that you love. I'll kill them dead." Like,
No, were you? I don't think you were on the stream. I asked them which set of movies. Like I know Andrew Garfield only has two movies to pick from, but who has the strongest villains?
say Green Goblin because like he looking like a super soldier out here,
So
bro.
I'm saying, so Spider-Man one, you would have Green Goblin versus Vulture because Vulture is definitely this Spider-Man's greatest villain.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
who the
arch,
fuck was in the
arch.
second movie? It's just Mysterio, right?
Yeah, and Chameleon.
So, oh, Chameleon's in the second one. Okay, so he has two villains there. So you got
Actually,
you put
they had multiple
Mysterio.
villains in the first one. They had Shocker, they had the Tinkerer, and all that too in there. So
Oh, I forgot about the Shocker. Okay, so we got four to pick from because there are zero original villains in this movie, right?
yeah,
Okay, so you got those four. You got the Shocker, Vulture, Mysterio. Fuck, what was the other one? Um, who's the other one in Far From Home?
Chameleon.
Chameleon. So it
And
goes
I would even say
Vulture,
this. I would even say
Mysterio.
the scrolls are evil. I don't trust those
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah, but they don't play villains per se.
I don't trust them though. No green
We're
people.
not supposed to trust them.
They
But
look
then
just like Piccolo's.
Toby
They look like
Maguire, you
Namek.
got Green
They look like
Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Venom. Who the fuck is else in number three? Who's the third villain? Fuck. I know there's three villains, but why can't I think who the third one is? Is it their version of the lizard? I don't remember. Now I feel like I gotta look it up. To the Google. Spider-Man 3 villains.
was Venom, Sandman, and
Yeah, who's
whack
the
ass
third one?
Harry.
The Hobgoblin?
I don't call him the Hobgoblin, but he was the Green
That's his
Goblin.
name.
He was the Green Goblin.
He's no, dude. No, the Green Goblin. What?
That
Are
was
you
no,
shitting
there
me?
was nothing hob about him. He ain't had none of his colors or anything.
Yeah, but that's who his character is. Like, that is the
Trash.
character.
Trash.
Like, why can't I think Harry?
Trash.
Like, Green Goblin is Norman. Hobgoblin is Harry. That's
Trash.
just how it is.
No, that's not how it originally is, but that's one
What do you mean?
iteration.
What do you mean that's not how it originally is?
Because Ned Leeds is the original Hobgoblin. It's not always been Harry,
Okay, but once it becomes Harry guy,
and and
or once the
the
Green
Hobgoblin
Goblin
always
becomes.
had his color scheme is always orange, blue, and like
I know that
yellow.
the Hobgoblin is supposed to be, and he has some orange compared to the Green Goblin suit. It's not just a one for one.
Harry was trash, but anyways,
A
motherfucker
fourth installment.
motherfucker hit his head and completely forgot who the fuck he was. Like that shit was trash.
There was supposed to be a fourth Spider-Man. Did you know that?
What?
That's what Wikipedia is trying to tell me. The fourth installment, titled Spider-Man 4, was set to be released on May 6, 2011.
Yeah,
Interesting. The fuck would they do with that?
putting that shit in
Three
the
hundred fifty
garbage.
million dollar potential budget, and it only made 900 million. Doesn't seem too good.
That shit
It's
in the
like
garbage.
it's like they just broke even. I'm saying we have. I mean, we could still get introduced to Eddie Brock, so there could be an Eddie Brock in this universe that picks up the symbiote before Flash. But I'm pretty sure Flash is going to get it. Okay, 2007. So that's a while ago. So he's been how much Spider-Man and you think he's been doing since 2007?
Ooh.
Tobey Maguire, because as far as they made it seem like they pulled them from essentially now in their timeline. So fuck, it's since 2007. It's been 14 years.
Yeah, or he could have had a daughter and he could have had powers and stuff. Because he was like, oh, it's complicated.
Why would the
And
daughter
when
would
they were
have
talking,
powers because he has powers?
yes, that happened in comics.
Since when do you read comics?
I don't. I just know these things because people bring the shit up when they're talking about these videos, talking about these movies and stuff. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
How'd your Spider-Man review do?
Shitty, like all my Marvel or comic book shit does. So don't
What
really
what
care.
what do you mean by shitty?
I mean, movie reviews should normally only get like a couple tens of views. Doesn't really do that. Crazy.
Oh, fair enough. No, I was getting better. No, you definitely seem to get more views off of TV show reviews,
Indeed.
which I wonder what exactly that says about YouTube. I don't know.
It's
Uh,
oversaturated.
yes, the Packers play the Browns on Christmas Day. That should be another win. Good times.
The Fudge Packers.
No, the Green Bay Packers. They're not from San Francisco. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here for another few minutes because we're going to wrap this fucker up because we've been talking about Spider Man for almost 2 hours now, which seems like not enough time considering it's a 2.5 hour movie. And I already
I've been
talked
talking
about it
about.
for 2 hours somewhere else. So, like, many more hours of Spider Man talking is yet to come.
I've talked too much about Spider-Man. So
What do you mean? How can one talk too much about Spider Man, Perp?
so
How's that possible?
I'm gassed out already.
How are you gassed? It hasn't even been a fucking week.
Yeah, tell me about it.
How can you be gassed out? Oh, you were talking to K Dot and he was trolling the hell out of you. And he gassed
No,
you out. He's like, "Ah, this Spider-Man movie's trash."
no, no. I'm just gassed out.
Did you give it a numerical rating?
What do you mean?
Did you give it something out of 10, a something out of
I
5,
don't do that. I don't do that.
something out of 100? What do you mean you don't do that?
I just say like I give you my feelings on the movie, and y'all take it how you want it. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
well then I guess I'll ask. So, out of 10, what do you give it?
He doing these things, but 11
Ooh.
or 21 out of 10.
No, that has less impact. Because now you've been ridiculous instead of being like, ooh, turn it up to 11.
It's good. I
No, what
enjoyed
I
it.
like to tell people is not all numbers are created equal. Like if I'm sitting here watching an episode of Doom Patrol and I go on my app and I rate it 4 stars, and then I watch an episode of Young Justice and rate it 4 stars, that doesn't mean that those episodes were just as good as each other. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like shows are most, at least for me, they're compared to themselves first. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like if you're like, oh yeah, this episode was trash because blah 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 blah. The only show that I was trashing this season was Survivor because it was woke as fuck. Oh my god, the wokeness. You want to hear this quick story about wokeness?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so then we can end the live stream on a positive note because this is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Correct, sir?
Indeed. Not
Thank you.
Spider-Man 2, that trash ass computer
Spider-Man 2 is
CGI
not a
effect.
trash movie. They all have a bunch of computer CGI in them. I don't understand that criticism of one, but
That
not
shit
of the
looks
other.
that shit sticks out the most though out of all the other ones.
I'll have to go back and rewatch the first Spider-Man to see how badly that one sticks out. Why are you trying to end the show on a negative note? I'm trying to end on a positive note.
Hey, I just gotta let people know that Tom is the GOAT. He's Peter #1. So y'all can have your favorite, but just know who Peter #1 is.
He was only Peter #1 because he, like an asshole, pulled him to his universe because Peter #1 is a
No,
narcissist.
no, because
Have a
Peter
nice
won.
night, everybody. Peter #1 is a
Pe-
narcissist.
Peter